Hey guys, welcome back. Hope with Jonathan here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the reasons why I took a break from Hope with Jonathan. If you're interested in that at all, please stick around. We're going to answer that question right after this. Hey guys, welcome back to our video where we will be answering the question of why Hope with Jonathan's host, Jonathan Trailer, why I took a break, guys. So here's the long and short of it. So I'm 2 years post kidney transplant, and I actually was just feeling amazing and realized that I wanted to start doing a little bit more with like my career, things like that. So I wanted to get back into the work life, and start working again and start getting involved in more of building my career. And the last probably, I would say, 6 to 9 months, I have dedicated a lot of time and effort into rebuilding my career and career choices. And those career choices ultimately came, about kind of just landed in my lap, literally, with doing deliveries and doing gig work. Gig work is it's a definition. You can look that up. It's basically app work. So I do a lot of app work and I do a lot of work for .com. So sometimes I go do deliveries for different companies that you actually have to sign up for through a .com website. And but I do a lot of deliveries with companies that most of you already know. The Instacarts and the DoorDash and things like that. But I've kind of moved on past those. Those were kind of a starting point for me. Although I do occasionally still do like Uber Eats and Instacarts if I'm super super slow. Or I just want to make some extra money. But I'm doing a lot of different, deliveries and gig work, things to make money that are not your most conventional ways of making money, where people would wake up and go do the 9 to 5 type thing. I actually fell into this delivery apps and .com deliveries, and I've been growing in it ever since, and I plan on to continue to grow with it. I actually what this actually does for me is it opened up a window to where I can actually like go to the doctor, and I don't have to ask for days off. I can actually, pick it and choose my schedule. I don't have to get up and go to work every day at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I can actually, if I have something going on in the morning, I can actually pick up a shift and actually just start my own shift from noon to 8, or whenever I want to. And it's based on my schedule. And if we have something going on for the day and I don't need to work, and we don't need the money, or things are looking okay, then I actually don't have to, and I can take off a day if I need to. So it's kind of like set your own schedule. Do I work a lot of days? Yes, I do. I have had months where I've put in 7 days a week every week, and I've done that for months. There's been weeks that are months that I've only done 6 days a week, and there's been months that I put in 4 or 5 days in a week. But mainly, almost every day, I'm out there getting my hustle on, so to speak, or get my grind on, or whatever. You know, I got to get out there and get some kind of money going. My goal with this is to the type of, if you're wondering about the type of revenue that you can make with this type of income, it all varies upon city to city, and there's no guaranteed in this game. You definitely have to hustle, and you have to have your own inspiration and motivation. Nobody's going to call you to get up and go to work. Nobody's going to call you and tell you that you're late for work. You yourself have to dig within and say, hey, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to work and I'm going to make some money. And that's pretty much how you got to look at it. It's either you go to work and make money, or you stay at home and you make nothing. And that's pretty much the sense of a regular, standard job. But the difference is you don't have a boss hanging over your shoulder. And if you're not bringing home the money, you have to be in charge of your own, correction, and you have to become your own source of inspiration. So, with all that being said, the type of revenue though that you can make is, I average around $20 an hour, depending upon the time of day. I have had weeks where I have made and gross, and I don't mind sharing this with you, because I'm sharing this actually as an inspiration to others. As you guys know, I battled kidney disease and kidney failure. I crashed into dialysis in 2019. If you would have told me that I'd be where I'm at right now, as far as, and in no way, shape, or form am I, uh, you know, a millionaire or anything like that. But if you would have told me financially, and um, been able to do some of the things that I've done since 2019. Back in those days in 2019, whenever I was crashed into dialysis, I thought my life was over. I thought things were done. I was never going to have anything again. I thought, I'm basically going to be strapped to a machine the rest of my life, and that was it. But honestly, uh, the good Lord had better plans for me and bigger plans for me. And, sometimes you can't see all that when you're going through a traumatic event like kidney failure. It just mentally, your mind won't allow you to see uh, a year down the road or 2 years down the road. With that being said, because of the fact that my donor, graciously, rest in peace to my donor, and God bless my donor family. They direct donated to me, and I've been blessed to be able to get my strength back, and have the opportunity to get back out there and make a living for myself. And I've got the strength to do that now. So I thought, what better time to take advantage of that? Well, with the podcast and the schedule that I had before, I was, still in recovery. I was getting income from other ways, and I still do some of these things that I make income from. Is I do sales on eBay, Macari, things like that, Facebook Marketplace, all these different apps, Craigslist. Um, I used to sell and hustle on Craigslist all the time back when I was flipping computers. As I don't know if any of you know about my history with um, IT and computers, but that was the field I was in before I went into kidney failure. And I had a contract with as a contractor with Xerox, that I actually had a route that I was doing that was about a 70 printer route, and I was traveling about 700 miles a week. And then I just started getting really, really sick. I still to this day have no clue how I hung on as long as I did. But all the signs and symptoms were there, and yet I was ignoring them, and I didn't realize what I was battling. And so, with that being said, if you are experiencing swelling in your legs, ankles, feet, if you are noticing infrequent urination, if you are noticing very frothy and foamy urine. If you are experiencing urinary tract infection, especially if you're a man, uh, you want to definitely go get checked for kidney disease. Everyone should get checked for kidney disease, regardless. You can have no symptoms whatsoever and still have chronic kidney disease. So you definitely want to get checked out. But these are the type of symptoms and things that I was battling. And I was having urinary tract infections quite frequently, to the point that I was having like blood in the urine and things like that. It was terrible. My urine looked like lemonade, strawberry lemonade, literally. It was pretty nasty stuff. And but yet I was still going around doing everything that I wanted to do and acted like it was no big deal. You know, I would go take antibiotics, come back and go back to work and do what I did. And I ultimately just, and the crazy thing looking back on all that is I had been in the ERs and doctors, and nobody's mentioning chronic kidney disease, or no one's mentioning dialysis, no one's mentioning kidney failure, no one's mentioning anything. They're giving me medicine and sending me home, telling me to follow up, follow up, follow up. No one said anything. And they would run blood labs, they would run, blood tests, whatever. And still, nobody mentioned kidney disease. With all that being said, the main focus of our video here is talking about why I took a break. So with the podcast, it was kind of tough because of what I was doing with the podcast. I spent a lot of my time with preparing for the podcast. A lot of people don't have a clue what it takes to really run a podcast and do it right, and serve it justice, and try to put a lot of effort and blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, into it. So honestly, it's way more than just flipping on a camera and turning on a microphone or turning on a video and hitting record. I mean, you're setting up your client or your interviewee, and you are trying to score them to do the podcast, okay, and set up a time. Sometimes that takes 2 or 3 times, and then sometimes you have cancelizations where they'll just cancel. So then you have to reschedule or have a backup guest, and it's tough. So that goes on. And then once you get the person to agree to do a podcast, then you have to come back and literally, okay, well, what's our topic? What are we going to talk about? What are we going to discuss? What's trending right now? What are things that people want to hear about? And then there's a whole thing with like YouTube and the algorithm and SEO, with, what key tags should I use with this, and what hashtags should I use with this. And so there's a lot more to it than just flipping on a camera and turning on a microphone. If you don't know anything about YouTube, it took me a long time to figure out. Like the first 9 months of my podcast, I had no clue what I was doing with the YouTube. And I literally I probably could have gained a lot more subscribers if I knew about, the SEO and the algorithm of YouTube. I'm still a novice at it, but I know a lot more about the algorithm now that I've been doing podcasting for the last, 2 years. And so it got to a point where I was getting a little bit burnt out. I hadn't stopped since transplant. So I've been doing the show 15 months post transplant, maybe longer. And I had gotten to a point where I had faced a little bit of burnout, well, maybe a lot of burnout. And I went really hard at it because I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to help people. I wanted to spread a message of hope. I wanted to encourage others. I wanted to share other people's stories. I wanted people to get kidney transplants. And I just wanted to help people. I wanted to get their stories out there. I wanted to save the world. And I wasn't taking any time for myself. You got to realize I went in, had transplant, immediately went into advocacy and haven't stopped since. And I was like, whoa, man, I got to take a break. I just got to take a break. And I knew it was coming. My friend in Canada, Kyle Hawkridge with KWM, Kidney Warrior Merch. I'm also partnered with him, and we do kidney conversations. And me and Kyle have had many talks, and I told him, I said, "Man, I'm facing burnout bad, And he's like, you need to take some time for yourself and come back when you're ready. And so that's what I did, and I just been totally focused on my delivery career, getting that set up. That's still a work in progress, but I'm doing well at it. And you know, like I said, I've had weeks where I've made decent money at what I'm doing, and I've been really blessed. And that's just to say the least. And I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging on myself at all. I'm a very blessed individual, very grateful individual. Like I said, I'm blessed. Um, there's things that are going on in my life right now that are not of my own hand. I believe that I believe God has blessed me, and it's a divine thing. It's divine intervention. Um, God is God is my he's my all in all, and he's definitely guiding me. And so, because the field that I was heading toward was, I was heading back into IT, computer repair, and I went completely and did a 360 and went exactly into a completely different direction. And so far, it's really paid off for me. Like I said, I've done really well. With all that being said, though, I had to take a break, but I want to let everybody know that it was not personal. It wasn't anything that anybody did to me. No one said anything. I didn't stop because of individuals. I'm not a person that is intimidated by people very easily. I'm not a person that will sit back and let a person be dominant over me, or talk down to me or disrespect me. So it wasn't like that. You know, I'm I'm very I'm very easygoing. I'm very nice. I'm easy to get along with, but I will not let people intimidate me to a point that I stop doing something just because they um, disapprove of what I'm doing, or don't like what I'm doing. So I did take a break, but it wasn't because of anybody. It wasn't because someone hurt my feelings, or someone disrespected me, or someone hurt me. It wasn't anything like that. It's just Hope with Jonathan needed a break, and now we're back. We're gonna focus on. We're gonna take one night a week and do a podcast, Hope with Jonathan, and we're gonna continue to do where we left off. We're gonna do the same thing, but we are gonna change a few things. One thing I want to talk to you guys about is something called a message of hope. And a message of hope is going to be an opportunity for people to have an opportunity to make a 3 minute video, up to 3 minute video, where you get to discuss what you do. If you're an advocate, uh, and you want to talk about what you do. So let's, for instance, I'll just give you an example, like Second Chance Podcast with Philip Harris Jones. If you wanted to come on and say, "Hey, I'm Philip. I have a podcast. Check out Second Chance Podcast." And we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and and then talk about maybe a little bit about your story, your personal experience, or whatever, and then say, "Hey, this is my message of hope for the patient. Now I want to give a message of hope." And that message of hope needs to be an encouraging word to uplift patients who are being interviewed currently. And that's what we want to do. So we're calling it a message of hope. Gives you a chance to advertise what you're doing, but it also gives you a chance to uplift and encourage someone that's battling a chronic illness like chronic kidney disease. And so I think it's gonna be a great thing. I think it's gonna be something that people can do. Uh, right now, we're gonna offer that service free of charge. Later, we may decide to charge, especially if you have a business. We may offer that to businesses at a rate, uh, possibly companies that are within the community. We may allow them to do commercials on our podcast as well. But uh, you know, I'm not letting any cats out of the bag. And this ain't anything new that anybody else has tried to do. I'm just letting you know that there will be some things that we're going to try here on Hope with Jonathan. Also, I want to let you guys know another aspect about Hope with Jonathan. So I've always had and always will have a soft spot in my heart for chronic kidney disease and chronic kidney disease patients. Whether you're currently on dialysis or you're living with a kidney transplant or you're just, kind of in uh, dealing with chronic kidney disease and you haven't, reached dialysis or the need of dialysis or transplant yet. We will eventually interview patients here that are not battling kidney disease. We're going to feature other people that have battled other chronic illnesses on our YouTube channel. We will also bring on people who have dealt with, battled, or overcome, if you will, um, chronic conditions and overcome great obstacles in life. We kind of feel like that Hope with Jonathan needs to branch out a little bit. We're going to continue to always talk about chronic kidney disease, and it's always going to be in our hearts. It's always going to be something and a topic that is going to be a part of our show, regardless of what's trending and what's going on. But we want to take an opportunity to shed light on other conditions as well, and we also want to shed light on other people and their stories and patient stories and uh, great people that have just overcome great obstacles. And I think I think to push us out there, at the end of the day, like I said, we're dedicated to the chronic kidney disease community. End of the day, we need to be as broad as possible and have our show and a platform to where all different aspects of eyes. I don't want to just be labeled chronic kidney disease because they're going to look at my show and say, or look at Hope with Jonathan and say, oh, that's chronic kidney disease. I don't even want to watch it. Everybody should be watching something about chronic kidney disease. Okay. But in order to win those people, we're going to have to try some different things and try to, you know, to reel them in. So we need some new markets and we need some new people and fresh algorithms. And so I think in order to do that, we'll have to reel them in by interviewing other patients with other sort of chronic conditions, other people that have battled and overcome great obstacles, whether it be weight loss, whether it be maybe they faced financial ruins and come back, or maybe find people that had, lost a lot of weight and have battled that and bounced back. Things like that, weight loss journeys, and just incredible divorce. We want to battle all kind of different and have shows on that. And I think that Hope with Jonathan can literally be anything, but our logo is not going to change. We're always going to have a kidney into our mix somewhere. It's never going to go away. I'm going to be involved with kidney disease the rest of my life because I'm a kidney disease patient for the rest of my life. Even though I'm living with a kidney transplant, I am a kidney patient for the rest of my life. And transplant is just a form of treatment. That's all it is. It's a form of treatment. In my eyes, it's the best treatment for kidney disease. Other people would argue and say, no, I'm just fine right here on dialysis. And that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that at all. If dialysis is the only modality choice that you want to do, or maybe that's all you can do, that's fine. Like I said, transplant is merely a treatment for kidney disease, kidney failure. And I mean, honestly, you never get rid of the disease. I mean, I still have chronic kidney disease, regardless if I'm living with a transplant or not. And so that these are the facts. These are things that you have to uh, take in consideration. And for those of you that are out there that are continuing to do dialysis and are waiting on a transplant, or even the ones that are you're not eligible for transplant, I want to let you know that in no way, shape, or form do we are trying to be disrespectful to those that are living with dialysis. Dialysis was there for me when I needed it. It was a great modality for me. It helped keep me alive. It helped save my life. Hadn't been for dialysis, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair right now. Dialysis, I had to lean upon it. I had to lean upon it majorly. And home dialysis was great for me. I'm a huge advocate of it. If my kidney failed tomorrow, God, God willing, it doesn't. I pray in the name of the Lord that it doesn't. But if something was to happen, heaven forbid, that my kidney would, I would go back to home dialysis in a heartbeat. That would be the modality choice for me, home hemodialysis. And you say, why? Because it gave me liberty, gave me the choice, gave me the opportunity to be able to do anything and everything I wanted to do other than being locked into a 3-day schedule. And I had to do dialysis on their terms. Home dialysis opened up a whole new, broadened my horizons and a whole new view on dialysis. And, but with all that being said, the reasons why I took a break, I just wanted to mention, those things that are going to be new about our show coming in probably 23. But the main reason of our video here, the reasons why I took a break. And as you can see how my mind works, I'm literally all the time, I suffer with ADHD, OCD, any of the acronyms and initials and abbreviations, I probably have it. Um, but I'm thinking while I'm thinking, and I'm talking. And right now, I've got 3 other things on my mind, but literally, I want to let you guys know that I'm excited about being back, and I'm really, really, really happy to be able to now just get set into what I'm doing for a career, and then be able to take the opportunity now to have a day where I can just dedicate to my podcast. And in no way, shape, or form is our podcast to, we're not here to make, millions of dollars or anything like that. Our goal here is to help shed light on chronic kidney disease. Our goal here is to shed light on patient stories. Our goal here is to continue to share stories of hope. Now, if a blessing came my way, or somehow we were blessed because we're doing that, am I going to turn it down? Absolutely no way. I'd be a fool to. That would be God's way of blessing me for doing something positive in the community. But are we every day asking for money? Are we every day pushing to make money? No, this show is not about that. But we don't turn away blessings, and it does take money to run Hope with Jonathan podcast. I invest, and I've been investing into Hope with Jonathan for the last however long we've been running. At first, I was using some software and some things like that at the beginning with the assistance of others, but I've been solely running my own podcast for a while now. And I am the founder. I am the only one that's ever. I started Hope with Jonathan. Hope with Jonathan from the beginning, because Hope with Jonathan used to be Hope for Jonathan. and Hope for Jonathan turned into Hope with Jonathan once I got my transplant, and because I no longer needed to search for a kidney. And then we decided to turn it into a podcast. So, but it's an honor to be able to do this. It's an honor to be able to have a podcast. It's an honor to be able to do things like interview patients that have just been through so much, and then for them to come on and share their story with a total stranger they've never met is incredible. But I wanted to let you guys know, in no way, shape, or form did Hope with Jonathan decide to go away for any negative reasons. It was just I had to regroup, and I had to, come back and reassess things and get things going again, and just reanalyze everything, and get my career going, and try to balance that work life balance, and still dealing with all my medical and things like that, doctor's appointments. So there was just a lot that went on, and that's not to say that we would never take a break again. But for right now, we're back. We're going to be rolling out as many podcasts as we can. Look for us weekly, Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to continue to do what we do here, and I have a lot of passion for it. I really enjoy it. We love to create awareness for kidney disease. Why? Because so many people have it and don't even know they got it, and we need way more organ donors. We need people to be aware of chronic kidney disease, the factors, the reasons, the symptoms. We need people to know that they need to manage their diabetes. We need people to know they need to manage their blood pressure. We need people to know that if you're having symptoms of chronic kidney disease, that you should get checked out and get diagnosed. We need people to know that it's okay for you to donate your organs. If the good Lord calls you home, what better way to go out and help someone that's in need by donating your organs? And then if you're a family member, what better way if you got the call that someone had just, God forbid, had been accidentally killed in a car wreck, and you got a child, or maybe an adult that that you could have say over, to say, hey, I would like to donate their organs. What better way to honor that person by letting their organs go to someone else that needs them now, especially kidney patients. Right now, kidney patients without kidney, that work, they're using a machine. Machine's doing all the work. As you know, kidneys work 24/7. So when you don't have kidneys that are functioning properly, you're relying upon a machine. So, it's important for us to create awareness for organ donation for those that are in need. And I think that we need this highlighted, and we need to change the narrative in our country that people are aware of this. Should be common knowledge. Um, you know, there's so many people that I talk to that they have this look of astonishment or dumbfounded unbelief on their face when I talk to them about chronic kidney disease and chronic kidney failure and kidney transplant organ donation. They act like they've never heard this speech before, never heard a story about it. They act so clueless. So it's important for us to continue to share our stories. It's important for us to continue to create awareness. And we're going to do that right here at Hope with Jonathan. Like I said, we'll never walk away from kidney disease. We're just going to start incorporating some other types of podcasts. We want to have as much exposure as we can to our podcast, because we got to look outside of kidney disease to find people that want to get involved with our community, because most of the people that are in our community are either already on dialysis, sick with kidney disease, or transplanted. You're not going to get a kidney transplant from a person that's already on dialysis. You're not going to get a kidney transplant from someone that's kidney transplanted. So we got to look on outside the beyond the walls of uh, the kidney community, and we got to spread our message there. And I think the old ways of doing things, as far as advocacy, they were great for the time and era. But we live in a whole new generation and a whole new time. We got to start looking at some different ideals and some new ways, thinking outside the box to try to shed light and awareness for people that are in need with organ donation. Organ donation should be the standard. People should automatically say, "Hey, I'm a donor. I'm a donor. It's cool. It's the right thing to do. It's what everybody does, right?" It just amazes me when you mention being a donor or organ donation or kidney disease, and how many people are clueless or don't even think about it. It's not in the mainstream like it should be. I would love to change the narrative on that to where people just automatically know that, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm an organ donor. No big deal. Like getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth and going to the bathroom and getting ready for work, or, eating breakfast. It should be commonplace, common stuff, common knowledge, but it's not. And there's reasons for that. And I don't want to get into it too much. I'm already taking too long on this video, but I believe that money plays a huge role in that. And I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat because all the facts I've seen it, and I know that money plays a huge role in chronic kidney disease. There's reasons why you don't see commercials on TV. There's reasons why you don't see uh, more enlightenment on kidney disease, and the main reason is profits and money. That's got to be it. I mean, there's no excuse for it. No excuse. Kidney disease needs to be plastered everywhere. We should have green ribbons, and we should have commercials, and we should have a lot more exposure to kidney disease than what is being portrayed in the media. I'm not saying that I need to be the poster child, because I'm not saying that at all, but as a community, we need to be looked at a lot more and taken a lot more serious. Listen, guys, again, I'm the host of Hope with Jonathan. My name is Jonathan Traylor. I'm a 2-year kidney transplant recipient. Our podcast right here, we feature warriors who are in need of a living kidney donor. We also feature warriors who have overcome kidney disease and kidney failure and are living with a treatment for kidney failure with a kidney transplant. And we have featured many awesome interviews and many awesome individuals. Marcelo Pena, we've had the kidney fighter Mark Cornell. We've had so many guests on this show that have been just, just blow your mind with the motivation and inspiration that some of these people have. It's incredible. And, I want to continue with that. I want to continue with spreading hope. I want to continue with spreading, awareness for kidney disease. And we're going to do that right here at Hope with Jonathan. Guys, listen, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I hope I didn't bore you too much with my talk, but we're back and we're here to create awareness for kidney disease. Like I said, my name is Jonathan Traylor, host of Hope with Jonathan. And it would mean a lot to us if you would join our family and support us right here at Hope with Jonathan. Subscription does not mean that you're paying for it. It's actually completely free. All you have to do is take the time to click on that subscribe button. It would mean a world to us. You don't owe it to us. You don't owe us anything. All you need to do is subscribe. That would basically help us. These numbers matter. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Numbers definitely matter because we want to get this out to as many people as possible. I want you to check out our website at hopewithjonathan.com. It may give you more of an enlightenment about who we are and what we're about. If you're currently battling kidney disease, I want you to reach out to kidneysolutions.org. If you're in need of a transplant, you're in need of support, you need someone to talk to, you need some people to interact with, we have a support group over there that meets virtually by Zoom on Mondays. That's the kidney transplant Zoom. And then we also have an all transplant, I believe, still on Thursday nights. These start at 6 p.m. Central, and you can check it out right there, kidneysolutions.org. You can dial 830-285-2140. Ask to speak with Kent Bressler, and he will help you out. If you're in need of a transplant, he will list you on his website. We'll also spread your story over on social medias, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We actually have a YouTube channel and TikTok. Check us out, kidneysolutions.org. You can access all of that on the website over there. If you haven't already signed up to be a donor, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? There are so many people out there that need a life-saving organ. You can save up to, I believe it's 8 lives. There's over 100,000 people in need of a life-saving organ. Around 90% of those people are living with kidney disease and are on dialysis in need of a kidney donor. So heaven forbid something would happen. What a great way to help someone and their family by donating your organs to someone else. I'm living with a deceased kidney transplant right now. If my donor hadn't signed the back of his driver's license at the DMV, I'd still probably be waiting for a kidney. My wait time for a deceased donor here in the San Antonio area was 6 to 8 years. So, but you're looking at a blessed individual right here. But hey guys, listen, be a hero, save a life, donatelife.net. You can actually do this right off of your cell phone. Just go on the Apple phone, you can go right to health, the health app, and you can definitely sign up there. For some great information, you can go check out kidneyconversations.info. Also, definitely on our videos, drop a question, comment. We would love to have you, love to interact with you. Remember to check with your team. In no way, shape, or form is Hope with Jonathan a diagnosis. We're not giving you a diagnosis. This is not a show that is going to be giving you medical advice, and that is not going to be a diagnosis. So if you hear any kind of medical advice on this show, that doesn't mean that you heard it on Hope with Jonathan and that's your new diagnosis or new regimen or new prescription. You want to check with your team first. You want to check with a doctor first, and then you proceed from there. But you did not hear anything here that we prescribed anything for you. Okay. Definitely remember to check with your team. Okay. Hey guys, listen, we really appreciate you. God bless you. Take care. Remember to hang on to hope. Take care of your kidneys. God bless. This is Jonathan.